All right, here we are in front of Laz, looking good, baby. And I'm gonna go over the gear that I was using in my recent Laz video, and let's get into that real quick. It's the same gear I'm using in Forge pretty much. So I go with the featherweight light chest wear piece because it's weightless, so it allows you to wear two heavy pieces and still remain in light. It gives you a little bit more health and armor for survivability. Oh my lord, I can't say that. Survivability. There we go, B. And then so on the chest piece, I think I'm gonna add health, since health isn't 70 grand anymore. It's gone down quite a bit, so I'm gonna end up adding that soon. But freedom, elemental aversion, and health. And then we just went over that. The hand, shuriken fortification, flame conditioning, and health. Pants, enchanted ward, refreshing, and health. And the feet are heavy, is same as the head piece, both heavy. Elemental aversion, thrust conditioning, and health. Serenity, the best weapon in the game in my opinion. And then we have the great axe, rogue, enfeebling maelstrom, keenly jagged. And on this, the rending vines. So you're gonna have to see what other people are gonna run in your group so you don't overlap with the same heart room if everybody's running the same thing. So try to switch it up. But that's what I was running. We have flame protection, refreshing recovery, and health. Refreshing recovery is kind of cool. So if your health drops below 50%, all your active abilities and cooldowns are reset, which has a 90-second cooldown. I mean, it's okay. As long as you have health and flame protection, you're fine. Ring. Okay, so I had the slash ring on, but I recently changed it because I've been trying to run Forge. So this was the ring I was using, the leeching, slash damage, and hardy. And then the earring, I went with healthy toast, refreshing toast, and nimble. My whole thing that I was going to do in Laz was run the Blunderbuss with the greatsword, but our group didn't have a great axe, so I ended up running great axe. But as you can see on the boss fights, I ended up running the Blunderbuss. This is the Blundy I was using, the keen, vicious, keenly jagged. Keen's pretty good in Laz because Scylla, which is the first boss, and the last boss, they do not have backs. So keen is going to help you get to that, you know, extra chance of getting a critical hit in the back, which, you know. So on a ring, if you could find a ring that has, let's say, keen awareness, keen awareness slash damage and hardy, that would be better than leeching. You don't need leeching on Scylla or the last boss. So that's what I would recommend, just to boost up your chances for criticals. That way you can do more DPS, because if not, especially with slash damage, the best type of damage against ancients is going to be strike damage, and then thrust damage, and then last would be slash. So you get a lot of white numbers on slash, and so you want to get keen to get those dark orange colors. So that's the gear. Let me go over the attributes. In the video, I went 310 strength, 206 dex, 50 intelligence, 50 con. Now I was running 50 intelligence for the Blunderbuss, you know, so a little bit mix of stats. It's not the best way to do it. If I was gonna tell you a better way to do it, and that's running all these videos that I'm doing running through the dungeons right now are at 50 con. I'll go back and do them at 5 con eventually, but what you could do is 50-50, and then what I would recommend to get a little bit more damage out of everything would be 350 and the rest in dex. Now you're not going to be at the 200 for the extra 10% bonus backstab and headshots, but what you are going to get at the 350 mark is 10% base damage to increase to abilities and the final attack and the melee light attack change, which is really big, because when you switch off to the Blunderbuss, you get the extra ability damage, plus you get 50 int, so you're going to do 5% damage increase to backstabs and random critical hits. Also 5% damage increase to targets inflicted with a damage over time effect. So the bleeds, the burns, that's what's going to boost your damage also. So it's actually really worth it to do it like this. This is how you should stat it. Don't do how I had it in the video at 310 strength, 200 dex. Don't do that. Do it like this. Run it. Let me know what you think. Real quick, I'll go over the weapon mastery skills. This is what I have for all the videos that I'm doing. It's not my favorite spear setup, but it's for people getting into running dungeons at the M3 level. And this is what a lot of people, your main spear is probably going to end up running, your main spearman. So that's what it's going to be in all the videos. Hey, I noticed I showed you the spear stat and I wasn't even running spear. So, hey, bebop being bebop sometimes, you know. And anyways, so here's the great sword setup I use in all the dungeons that I'm running. And this is a really great loadout for max DPS. If you have any questions on it, I can go into each individual tree or whatnot and go through it detailed if you want, but that's it. If you're gonna go spear, I might as well show you the attributes, how I'd stat it, since I did show you the skill tree, and that would be the spear I use. And then, but also if someone else in your group has a spear keenly jaggy, you both don't need to have that. They're not gonna stack, so be careful about that. But 350 dex, 211 strength, 50 con. I don't put 25 in the int because you'd have to take away from, you know, dexterity, because you want to at least have the 200 on the strength for the extra damage to stun, slowed, or rooted enemies. But try that out. Let me know if you hit hard, you know, like that. I think you will find that that hits really hard, especially in Lazarus the Spear. So, and then the Great Axe. Where are you? Oh, I'm old. There we go. That's what I'm running. There might be a better setup. I actually need to re-look at everything, but that's what I'm running. It doesn't have to be perfect. To me, as long as you got these 3 abilities, you know, all the other stuff can, you know, you can pick or choose whatever. I'll actually go over that here tonight and make sure I got the best loadout. But that's what I'm running. Now for the Blundy, this is the abilities I run with. The Splitting Grenade, which is going to add burn, Incendiary Burst. So that's good. I love the Blast Shot because it knocks enemies down. It's a CC. So that's really good, and adds Ren. So that will help, you know, afflict enemies with 10% Ren for 6 seconds. And then the Shrapnel Blast, which does a really good amount of damage, plus drops a little bomb, adds more fire damage to them. This ability is when you fire a shot within 6 seconds after triggering an ability, you will have 8 pellets instead of 6, so it's just a little bit more damage. So what you would want to do is, first of all, you want to switch to the right weapon. Bomb, shot, shrapnel, shot, blast, and then get into your great sword abilities. That way they're burning, you got all your stuff done, you hit them with the 8 pellets instead of the 6, and then you're good to go. And then when that thing comes up, you're already reloaded. You can hit the shrapnel blast, shot. Actually, I would have did shot, shrapnel blast, then shot, because that's going to pop up first out of all the abilities. And that's how I do that. You can see it in the video. Well, we check out the Forge video, you'll definitely see it. So that's it. And that was Laz, man. If you have any other questions, let me know. All right, later.